Howdy y'all, welcome back to Father Fragrance. I'm Tyler, super excited to be doing this video today. We're getting back into kind of another discovery video here. We're going to look at another boutique niche fragrance house. This one's known as City Rhythm. These guys are kind of relatively new and gathering quite a bit of steam in the fragrance community, and I really think for good reason. We're going to be looking at 8 fragrances today, and these are pretty much, it's not all of the fragrances that they make, right? But these are some of the kind of the heavy hitters, the hype generators, if you will, the ones that are kind of giving them the interest in the community. So we're going to take a look at all those. I'm going to give you a short breakdown on each of those, and kind of let you know what I think about them as we go. So let's go ahead and see what City Rhythm's got, see what these boys are all about. Let's get this thing kicking. And just as kind of like a little admin piece here, you're going to be seeing fragrances sprayed out of all different kinds of decants, full bottles, like pressurized. You get all kinds of stuff today. It's like a hodgepodge. I didn't get any one of these from one place. So just kind of bear with me. I'll put up the fragrance name as I'm reviewing them. That way it makes it a little easier for y'all to follow what I'm actually covering, because I know it's going to be really hard to see it. All right, so let's get it going. Okay, our first one up on the list today is going to be Manhattan. This came out of a nice pressurized 30 ml decant. You can see the image of the bottle in there. That's what the actual fragrance bottle looks like. You'll get to see one of those here in just a little bit though. All right, let's go ahead and give this thing a shot. Check out this atomizer, y'all. This thing is sick. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Come on now. Come on now. That's what I like. Oh man, it's filling my kitchen up. That smells good, y'all. All right, let's see. Okay, this fragrance. So I have worn pretty much all of these now. Yeah, every one of the fragrances we're going to look at today. This one is super unique. Okay, Manhattan is really cool. So when I first opened up this bottle and kind of smelled it, I'll kind of take this, smell the cap, kind of do one of these things, and I'm like, oh, that smells. Wait a second, what is that? On the opening and in the bottle, it almost has like a pickle smell. I swear. I know that sounds weird, but it's like kind of faint pickle in there, but it's really just off the opening. And I think it's because some kind of mixture of the pimento. There's a pimento leaf in there, which is kind of a spiciness, like kind of thing, green spicy kind of smell. And there's quite a bit of cinnamon in this as well. And then like soft woods, I think sandalwood is what it is. It's super strange. Like you get all 3 of these together and it almost has like this pickly smell. Don't let that scare you, because as this thing dries down, dude, it is gorgeous. I'm telling you right now, this thing is beautiful. Okay. It turns into this super like spicy, sweet tobacco. But the tobacco is kind of a dry tobacco smell, like vanillic kind of back end. Dude, it's awesome. So once you get through some of that green spices that come through Manhattan, it really turns into this just awesome kind of all-weather tobacco fragrance. I absolutely love it. I think it's really good, and it kind of reminds me of Parfums de Marly Herod. So if you like that, you're probably gonna like this. It's the first one we've reviewed, so this is gonna be number 1 on the list. So right now, first place, Manhattan. All right, and next up we have Nashville Extrait. Let's just get this out of the way now. All of these are extraits. All right, here we go. Let's see, what does the city of Nashville smell like? Let's see what we got. Woo. This thing's cool, man. So it is a very, very gourmand fragrance. All right. All of these today are going to be unisex fragrances, and I think most of them are pretty unisex. Some lean a little more masculine, I would say, and then others feminine. But that's pretty much the nature of the beast, right? This one is like an actually unisex gourmand. I always find that gourmand fragrances typically lean feminine. There's something about smelling like food and stuff. Like they're almost always super sweet. This one is, to be honest, right off the bat, but it's like this creamy mocha, chocolatey kind of. I think it's Irish cream is one of the notes, right? Like Bailey's kind of. It's so buttery sweet, man. It smells super, super edible. It's wild. Like it'll make your saliva glands start running. Maybe you're just looking for pies and drinks and things like that. Man, it just makes you want to eat a baked good or something. But then it does something really, really interesting. So that's the opening, right? It smells like that. after that opening starts to dry down some, it changes drastically, I think, in the way it presents. And it turns into this kind of more of a fruity pie, like pastry kind of a smell. You'll get lots of like berries on there, and it's a very sweet, buttery berry kind of scent profile. And it is really nice, but it just doesn't smell quite as good as that opening. The opening smells so good, but it's fleeting. Like it's already changing, and it's only been on, 30 seconds. You know what I mean? So that's the only drawback I have for this one, but it honestly smells super good. It's already turning into that kind of like cherry pie kind of smell. And I do like it. This, I would say, obviously better suited for cooler weather, fall, winter time. You could get away with it at a nighttime or something on like a spring day or something, but it definitely fits that a little more. Okay, I don't like this one as much as Manhattan. Manhattan is a more complex fragrance. It's more wearable, a little more masculine. So this Nashville is going to be in second right now. All right, next up we have Barcelona. All right, so this is one I feel like doesn't get talked about that much, at least in the communities that I'm a part of. I don't see a lot of people talking about this one as much as some of the others, in particular, mostly the tropical ones. But so I was super interested to try this one. I've tried it recently, and I'm going to tell you what I smell on this guy and kind of, go from there. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So this one is also kind of gourmandy, but not nearly like this. This is like almost like a sangria. Okay. It's like a fruity wine. It starts off kind of sweet, fruity wine, right? Like I said, like a sangria. But as this dries down, and it's already kind of getting there, it turns into a much drier fragrance. And there are these beautiful wood undertones that show up after it. And it turns into what I think a very like dry, woody fragrance, honestly, even though it is kind of more of like like I said, like a wine gourmand. Once this thing really dries up and some of those fruit notes kind of dissipate and stuff, it gets super woody to me. And so it makes it, almost gives it this like oak barrel aged like wine, right? Like it's really cool. It's a bit punchy though. Okay. So it is very dry, and it kind of, you can kind of feel that up on your nostrils after a while. It can get a little like, you can get a little nose fatigue out of it. And just getting this out of the way now, every one of these fragrances, City Rhythm fragrances, are explosive in performance. They last for an eternity, and you can smell them from very far away. The only one that kind of is a little more intimate is Manhattan. It's not quite as punchy. It doesn't push quite as far, but I'm only just saying that just to get it out of the way now, because that way I'm not saying it for every single one of them. But already, yeah, it's turning into that kind of that nice wood fragrance. So I think this is really nice. This is probably going to go in second place. Okay, yeah. So Nashville go down to third. Barcelona going into second. Manhattan's still holding on to first right now. I really like that fragrance. So, all right, there we are. All right, next up we have Miami. And this is what a 100 milliliter bottle looks like. So most of them, in fact, all of the city ones, have some kind of a look like this. I mean, just look at that too. It's beautiful in there. Super cool. All right, so this is not my first time reviewing Miami. So if you've seen this channel, you've seen me review Miami before. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't be doing it right now. We got to rate them against one another, right? So I got to see what we get off of this. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh. And as you can see, beautiful atomizer on this. This bottle is just so nice. Like the quality is ridiculous. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Every time I smell this, man, it gives me just like it's one of those fragrances, and you smell it and you're just like, holy smell, I can't believe this is real. It smells so good, y'all. The opening is this like citrusy, it's lime and coconut and sugar, like spun sugar. It smells like sugar cane. It's got like a real natural photorealistic sugar smell. And if you know anything about Florida, right, like that's kind of our jam. We grow a ton of sugar down there. It's really nice. Like, and as you get drying down on this thing, it turns into this such a unique warm weather fragrance. Like there's just nothing that really smells like this. Like I've talked about, it's like sipping a pina colada on the beach. Like it's warm out. You got a little bit of sweat going on you. You know what I mean? All of the like coconutty suntan lotions or what, like goodness me. It just exudes that tropical paradise kind of smell without being overly like sickly fruity or anything. Guys, this is so good. You get the tobacco and rum at the end. So it's such a unique warm weather fragrance. Like there's just, it utilizes notes like nothing really I've ever smelled for that kind of that vibe that they're capturing. So I'm just gonna move this up. This is gonna go in first place. You could already tell, like, I love this fragrance. Miami is going in number 1 right now. Next up, we have San Diego. All right, so we just did Miami. Now we're going to the other coast. We're hitting the Pacific, and we're doing San Diego. Let's see what she's got. Ooh, this is super nice, guys. This is quite a bit different than any of these other ones here. This one is a very fresh, spicy, aromatic, kind of like ozonic, marine kind of smell to it. Yeah, this thing's really nice. So this is much more on the fresh side, right? This is like a fresh, spicy kind of fragrance. This one to me is it's quite a bit more masculine than unisex for, I would say, probably more than any of these. And I like that, right? That's really nice. So there's like some fruitiness in the opening, but it really is more of like a fresh, spicy kind of stuff. So there's probably some kind of fresh aromatics in there. I cannot pick out the notes here, to be honest with you. I know there's probably some kind of fruits in that opening. And then there's definitely, without a doubt, like fresh aromatic spices or something like that. I don't know what kind, to be honest with you, but this is probably one of the more mass appealing out of all these. Like this kind of almost has like designer-esque kind of vibes to it. I could see most people smelling this and really enjoying it. It's not quite as interesting as some of these other ones, but it just smells good, right? Do you see what I'm saying? So can you really knock it for that? Like at the end of the day, that's kind of the whole point of perfumery, right? Smelling better than you did before you wore it. So this one right now is, I don't like it more than Miami. That one's still number 1. But I think this one's gonna go in second place. So just behind Miami. Super nice, super fresh. I like it. All right, next up we have 8641. All right, now my understanding is that this one is, I don't know if it's an actual hybrid between St. John and Puerto Rico, which I don't have here today. I'll kind of talk about why at the end of this. I don't know if it's a straight up hybrid or not. I just know that it shares kind of a combination of the notes from those fragrances. So that's also what 8641 is, 86.41 miles between, I think, San Juan and St. John, right? So that's how they got the name. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what she's got. All right, so guys, if you've watched this channel at all and you've seen me review anything that is super fruity, you know that I'm just not a big fan. Unfortunately, this one is that to the max, okay? It has 2 things going for it that I hate in perfumes, honestly. Like, actually don't like at all. There is a hodgepodge of different fruits in here. I mean, like mango, probably guava, like, I don't know, it's probably some kind of citrus, pineapple, like a lot of tropical fruits in here. But then it also has this coconut and milk note. So it's got this creaminess in here. It smells to me awful. It's like a smoothie went bad. I've used that phrasing before for other super fruity fragrances. This one is by far the most realistic smoothie puke smell I've ever smelled. So I know though, this one gets quite a bit of love. And I know that like these super tropical fruity fragrances are in right now anyway. So you might absolutely love this thing. But this like creamy, milky, hyper fruity notes with like sweetness in it. It smells like a bad bubble gum kind of. It's just, to me, it's really gross. I just know that, you know, not everything is for everyone, and this is certainly one of those situations for me. But it gets lots of love, so there's a good chance that you might end up liking this if you like fruity fragrances. So don't just watch this and be like, this thing's gross, because I told you, definitely give it a shot. You might end up loving it. But I know for a fact this is going in last place for me, man. I hate it. All right, next up, going back south, we're going into Texas this time. We got Austin. Let's see what the city of Austin smells like. See what we got. Oh, buddy. This is tasty. Okay, opening, super spicy, very boozy, very warm. I think the note is cognac, actually, is the booziness in it. There's got to be like cinnamon as well. it comes off very, very gourmandy off the opening. And I have heard people say that this reminds them of Killian's Angel Share, and I actually agree a little bit, but this to me is like way better. Actually, is I know that's like hard to believe. I know that that's a very beloved kind of gourmand fragrance, but man, this thing I think smells way better than it. The thing about it is, as this starts to dry down, it does depart quite a bit from that Angel Share kind of DNA, but it turns into this kind of leathery, smoky oak wood back there too, which is, you know, par for the course, right? If you're trying to make a fragrance that kind of embodies the city of Austin or just a Texas city generally, you're going to want some of those notes in there. And it definitely captures that. This is a very, very like intoxicating, sexy nighttime fragrance. Yeah, guys, this thing pulls you right in. This is good stuff. Do I like it more than Miami? Nah, I don't think so. Miami is so good. But I do like it more than everything else up on this table. So it's going in second place. This stuff is, oh gosh, this is beautiful. This is probably the most different out of all of these in terms of the way they kind of present and everything. But yeah, I actually would probably wear this throughout most of the year just because I like it so much. But it definitely is more suited for that winter weather. So this is the best winter weather that they've, or like cold weather fragrance they make, bar none. Like not even close. That's so good. Yeah, second place. And our last fragrance today was going to be 2654 Redline. I know it doesn't say that on there, but I'm virtually certain that's the name of this fragrance. All right, so this one's another one of those hybrid fragrances, and this one is between San Diego and Miami, and that's 2,654 miles apparently between the two. So that's how it got its name. So let's go ahead and see if we can pick up some of those notes between those. Oh yeah, so it's definitely obvious. So I think when it opens up, it actually smells probably more like Miami than it does San Diego, but you can tell that both of those DNA exist in this fragrance. You're getting like that lime, kind of that bright lime coconut kind of shot off the rip, but also some of the spiciness and that freshness that comes from the San Diego DNA as well. The only problem is I feel like for some reason, it's kind of taking away from the best parts of both of them. And other people might argue with that because the best parts of those fragrances are different for everybody. And to me, you know, that kind of richness that you get in the dry down for Miami versus some of the freshness that you get from San Diego, you don't get enough of either of those in this fragrance when they're together. And so it just kind of smells like a diluted version of one or the other, depending on what you would smell more. To me, it's a worse version of Miami is what it ends up kind of smelling like to my nose. It's still very good though. And it's actually a little lighter than Miami. So you might, if you're somebody who smells Miami, is like, whoa, this thing's thick. It's difficult to wear. It is Miami's very strong fragrance. This kind of, you know, reels that in a little bit. So you may actually like this one more if you're somebody who smells this and thought that was close to being a masterpiece, but it's just too much for me. Check out 2654 because this is definitely kind of get you there. All right, so I'm putting this I like Manhattan more than that. So I'm going to move that just right here. And I guess that puts it right in the dead center, huh? So that's what we got for that. All right, and so that's our final lineup right here. We'll go through them all, and then I'll kind of tell you what my final thoughts are on these. Last place, that's 8th place, we have 8641. I talked to that at length. 7th place is Nashville. 6th place, we have Barcelona. 5th place is 2654. 4th place, Manhattan. 3rd place, San Diego. 2nd place, Austin. And in 1st place, Miami. Now, I have to tell you right now that these are some of the more interesting, rich fragrances that you can find. And it's all coming from one house, right? The only one that I truly dislike is 8641. Now, partly why I didn't get the St. John or Puerto Rico is I already have kind of looked at those and figured that they weren't going to be for me. But I figured I would try the hybrid one to kind of get an idea of what each of them might smell like. That's why I didn't get those. Those are both very popular as well, but I wanted to keep it to 8 so that this doesn't get, 30-minute long video. And that's how I ended up with just this one. Unfortunately, it is simply not for me. The rest of these are fantastic. So from this section here, so from Nashville to Manhattan and then these two in between, Barcelona and 2654. I think they are all very, very good as well. The only thing is I would say there's like a big gap from these to this and a huge gap from this to that in terms of what I like. But I like all of these ones enough to own like maybe a small decant. Like I said, this is a 30 mil. I would get something like that. These three up here, these are full bottle worthy for me. And they're not like super cheap fragrances, pretty on par, like pretty like par for the course for a niche boutique house. You know, 100 mils is going to run close to 200 bucks. But to me, it's kind of worth it. They're one of a kind. I've not smelled anything that smells like any one of these three, with the exception of Austin. I just told you smells a little bit like Angel Share, but it is way better, honestly. And the performance on all of these fragrances are just explosive. A handful of shots of this, you're going to be filling a room, and it's going to last all day. So you're going to get your money's worth out of these as well. That's why I feel like they're pretty fairly priced. These are beautiful fragrances, guys. You got to check out City Rhythm. If you haven't yet, you are missing out. This is like just creativity to the max for perfumery. And I can appreciate the work and the effort that went into these. Like, they make beautiful, beautiful products too. And I'm going to do a full bottle review on this. Maybe it'll be my next video, just because it just really needs to be shown how the kind of level of effort and work that goes into making these. It's really awesome stuff. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a little something out of this, and maybe you got a little intrigue. And I'm telling y'all right now, you gotta try out City Rhythm. This stuff is awesome, man. Go get some decants, some samples, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll be fully understanding what I'm trying to get out to you guys here. Like I said, keep an eye out. Like, comment, subscribe. That way you don't miss any of the new videos coming real soon. I'm likely going to do a full Miami video so you can get the full kind of breakdown on what that offers, right? So keep your eyes out for that. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you guys soon. You already know what I'm going to tell you. Stay smelly, y'all.